I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce, and this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Lyrical Wisdom, where we dive into song lyrics and offer heart-based wisdom through our interpretations. If you enjoy what you're hearing, don't forget you can catch every episode of Lyrical Wisdom on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more.
You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Do you have a song you'd like to hear us shed some light on? You can email us requests, questions, comments to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on a YouTube video. We'd really love to hear from you. And all requests get an episode and a shout out.
So join us every Tuesday and Friday as we dig deep and deliver our wisdom. And thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to Lyrical Wisdom. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
How are you today?
I'm having another day in paradise, thank you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So am I. I'm having a beautiful, wonderful day in paradise.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. You know, I love the way that you say that, and I'm so happy you do, because we all get to define our paradise. And
Yes.
whatever it is, wherever you are, I hope that you too are having a wonderful day in paradise. All of you, thank you so, so much for being here with us today on Lyrical Wisdom. We have another tribute to a very inspiring singer who passed away here recently. We're doing a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne this week.
Yes.
So, yes, thank you so much for listening and giving us the opportunity to be able to share some of his wisdom in these lyrics with you all. I am truly, truly humbled and really excited to share this particular song today with you all. And I know Bruce is too.
Yes.
And all of you fans out there, thank you so much. And thank you, Ozzy, for everything that you contributed to the musical industry.
Yeah. Boy, did he. Yeah. That's
what a journey.
What a journey. And that's the part that is interesting, is that there is a lot of it that is happening right now because of what happened. But there's so much that has already happened, and so much that he has done in a long life of music. And, in a lot of ways, we could just chalk all of that up to the fact that he was enjoying his life the fullest, playing with what he knew he could play with.
I agree. I think he did what brought him joy.
He was,
I
would say that a lot of people would argue very strongly for that. Yes. in every possible way, because I do believe that very strongly, that Ozzy Osbourne would be somebody that, at different times, of course, there were moments that he took advantage of to be who he is. But I would also say that also simply harmonized with what was happening at that time, and what people's emotions and feelings about music and performance art there were. That's what people wanted to hear, wanted to see, wanted to be a part of, and continuing forward in life to the point where he did reality TV. And so I think it really all harmonized with a certain exact moment kind of things that are just very special, very special. It's hard to think of many artists that live through that kind of a progression of things in in the life that seem to also happen right at the right time for other things to happen so that they can have all of that success, you know,
Yeah.
because that's really an amazing, and it's not a coincidence. I know there are reasons for these things. So,
Oh, I know. I
yeah,
know. That is so true. And it's not a coincidence that we
no.
are doing an Ozzy Osbourne song today because
Yes.
welcome to Lyrical Wisdom. This week we
Yes.
are doing a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. So if this is the first time you're hearing this particular episode, this podcast, there is a second one, either right before this one or right after this one. That is another Aussie song for you. So this week, Tuesday and Friday, is when we drop our new episodes each and every week on, as you know, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Prime, we're on um, other podcasts. So find us anywhere you can.
Yeah.
Lyrical Wisdom
Yeah.
Show on YouTube, and there's two of them here for Ozzy Osbourne. So, are we ready for this, Bruce?
I think we are. I really think
I
we are.
think
And I
so
think
too.
we have the pleasure of reading a very specific song today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Dreamer by Ozzy Osbourne. Gazing through the window at the world outside, wondering will Mother Earth survive, hoping that mankind will stop abusing her sometime. After all, there's only just the two of us, and here we are still fighting for our lives, watching all of history repeat itself time after time. I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. I watch the sun go down like every one of us. I'm hoping that the dawn will bring a sign, a better place for those who will come after us this time. I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. Your higher power may be God or Jesus Christ. It doesn't really matter much to me. Without each other's help, there ain't no hope for us. I'm living in a dream of fantasy. If only we could all just find serenity, it would be nice if we could live as one. When will all this anger, hate, and bigotry be gone? I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. I'm just a dreamer who's searching for the way today. I'm just a dreamer dreaming my life away.
That was beautiful.
I know, and I love being that dreamer. I really do. And I think if we all are dreamers in this way,
Yeah.
then we would be one, right?
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. It is all like that is so beautiful. And I love how he repeats that. It seems like it almost tumbles and kind of rolls with the song. Like it makes you kind of feel like you get kind of carried along in a gentle, like almost like you're riding a gentle amusement park ride. you know, just feeling like it just seems to carry you along and kind of tumble you along through that idea of being a dreamer, dreaming your life away. It sounds like it may sound sort of like it could be not a good thing, like dreaming your life away, but at the same time,
Yeah,
um, isn't that what life becomes anyway? Right?
that is
Like
so true.
it
So,
just
so
becomes
true.
like it was a dream. And
Yeah.
so it seems like, that's the inevitable. That's why I love that way of saying it. I love the way the song says that, the way they wrote that.
Oh, me too. And I mean, just the beginning, Bruce, gazing through the window at the world outside. I I mean, that one sentence is like everybody on this planet is seeing something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if you and I are looking out the same window, I am seeing something different than you are
Yeah.
because we all process things differently
Yeah.
within our minds,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I mean, it's
Yes.
like, I mean, that's what I hear about us and our physical reality, our physical bodies when we talk about our multidimensionality. It's because when I look at myself in the mirror,
Uh-huh.
I see me as one way, and everybody else who sees me a different way.
Absolutely. There's no way that we could all see the exact same thing. And that doesn't
That's
mean
what's
that,
beautiful about this
yeah, yeah,
world, about being here,
yeah,
is
absolutely.
because of its expansiveness, its beauty in every different individual perspective.
In
So,
all of its
yeah,
random,
gazing
yeah.
through the window at the world outside, wondering, will Mother Earth survive? You know, there's a lot going on in the world right now, Bruce. I mean, what about that 8.8 earthquake that just happened near Russia that caused the tsunamis?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, things like that happen, and we get worried and we go into a place of fear and we do wonder, is Earth going to survive? Or are we going to survive? Hoping that mankind will stop abusing her sometime.
Yeah.
And
That seems like a
yeah,
bit of a clear message,
oh,
you know.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
say that because I know, that seems like that goes without saying. However, it is one of those moments that I feel like that was a clear statement in the lyrics from a time when the song was written, which that has to go back because we're not talking about a typical artist. This is Ozzy Osbourne.
Mhm.
He would have written this song in the year that he wrote it in, which came well before I think the idea of being quote unquote woke was even in our vocabulary the way it is nowadays.
Right.
And so if you kind of try to peel back one end of the spectrum and then the other, I think it is incredibly remarkable that they were adding this into the lyrics because that is, yeah, that's a very direct, comment on what we are doing, if you will, to Mother Earth. And it's
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the song. It can't help but smack you in the face.
Oh, that's
You know,
true.
it
And
really
it
can't.
also allows us to really, really look at the cyclical nature of life itself.
Yes, yes.
Because I know he says it somewhere in the song, time after time, you
Yeah,
know, watching history repeat itself. I think that might be the next line about how, you know, when you look at things from such a grand perspective, you see, wow, I did this before. I
yeah,
feel like I'm right back where I started from.
People say things like that. And,
Yeah.
wars, 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 it's like, are we going to do this again? Or can we finally take that step past our self
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
dream a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
look at yeah,
that's interesting because
maybe hmm
we, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Donna. I agree so much because, yeah, if we could just take a step back and take a
yeah,
deep breath and try to, you know, and it goes into this in the next portion of the song, to be a dreamer, to actually allow ourselves to dream and our reality and have our reality be our dream, because that's a capability that we have of creating right in front of ourselves. And
mhm.
I think I mean, I'm jumping ahead though.
Well, I know,
So
but Bruce, I believe now is the time. I mean, I truly believe right now that what our dreams are coming to true, and our capacity to create has been sped up exponentially.
yeah,
In other words, you speak it and it's going to come true.
yeah,
The more
yeah,
we realize that and begin to speak positively, not only about ourselves individually, but about ourselves collectively,
yeah,
about humanity, about
yeah,
Earth,
yeah,
about, the fact that, yes, we are co-creating everything we see and experience around us.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
sooner we realize that, the sooner things are going to get beautiful.
And better. Yes, yes. Just so much better. Yeah.
You can dream. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I do know that that fear that everyone goes into when things start happening on Earth is that moment of going within, because it says right here, his next lyric is, after all, there's only just the two of us.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
for me, the two of us is me and Earth, me and Mama Gaia.
There's only,
And
yeah,
yeah, and
there's only somebody and then something else. It's because when we finally like whittle it all down, and that is where it really kind of starts with being able to say it is me, I am myself. And then from there, something else, because everything else is within the universe that we are creating and looking at. And so, yeah, it isn't necessarily an us and them, but it is definitely the us.
yeah,
And then, mama, and it's everything. And it's just, it's kind of funny because,
cosmos and on
yeah,
and on and on.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And so I agree. It's like, it just whittles down to that, like, that phrase, which I love. That's why I love that. After all, there's only just the two of us. And I love that because it really brings the song suddenly back to a much more finer point. And
Right. And the fact that every individual, I hear it all the time now. In fact, I remember my daughter, my gosh, this was a long time ago, Bruce, when she graduated from high school. But we put a bumper sticker on her car that said, "Be the change you want to see in life." And
yeah,
that's the truth. Only
yes,
only you can be that.
yeah,
It starts with you.
yeah,
And because we all create our own reality, and once the change happens within you, then it happens all around you.
yeah,
And it is just the two of us.
yeah. Well, and that's
God
the
and
thing.
me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. And that's the beautiful thing about that, because that's where I feel like it really kind of recenters the song and recenters the lyrics. And here we are still fighting for our lives, watching all of history repeat itself time after time, just like you said before. And I think that's that critical connection there. Okay, here we can bring it back. And then they kind of then take that moment to really recenter the focus of the lyrics and the focus of kind of the intent of it, and kind of allow us to bring all of those things that we were just thinking about into this kind of new realm. And I love that about these guys writing this, because then they say watching all of history repeat itself time after time, kind of alluding to what we were talking about before, you know, how haven't we been here before? Haven't we seen this once before?
Have we
Haven't, you
learned
know,
our lessons?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's interesting, because then it goes to what I believe is the real, like, kind of thing about the song, the best part of it in a way, is I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. And I love that. You know, I
Yeah.
love that idea, because it's funny. I was just thinking about the fact that you know, for me, sometimes my natural meditative state is that I could stare off into space and go to who knows where. You know, I could go to Timbuktu, I could go to Mars, I could go a lot of places in my mind, and just by receding inside. And I started doing that when I would take ballet class back in the day when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I would stare and kind of lose my mind so far off into a distant land that the doors that would exit the studio would become like morphed into the wall, and things would just kind of change, because I would just kind of recreate my reality through my own eyes. And um, I don't know what that really meant. I just know that, like, I could lose my focus so intensely that I could do that. And I think that that's why being a dreamer to me is critical, because I think everybody has to have the ability to create in their mind. It's just our beautiful artistic space, not Arctic, excuse me. But
Well, for me, Bruce, that is where all of reality comes from.
yeah,
It
yeah,
begins as a dream, as a thought, as just a, thought, a dream.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then it becomes real.
And it becomes some, yeah,
That's, for me, that's how we create. That is what we are in our, co-creators here on this beautiful world that
absolutely.
that is creating too every moment in what you are putting out there. And that's the key, is the understanding of the energy that we are and the energy that the outside of us, earth and what we call reality is
Yeah.
so magnetic. Draw to us what we put forth. And those dreams are what come to us. What,
Yeah,
do you sit and ponder and think about, how bad the world is? Or do you sit and ponder and think how wonderful the world is? And that, I think, is what he's talking about. I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days.
yeah,
I'm going to dream
yeah.
of better days.
I
I
am
just love,
too.
that's what's ahead of me. I know it. And then it just keeps happening. That's who we are. I watch the
Yeah,
sun go down like
yeah, yeah,
every one of us. I'm hoping that the dawn will bring a sign, a better place for those who will come after us this time.
I love that, because that's to me like that cyclical kind of
Yes.
thing. It is basically like reflecting on that. I love
And
that.
it's talking about our children and our children's children and their children. In other words, a better place for those who will come after us this time. So in other words, Ozzy, I believe, is sitting and really thinking about this and realizing that it is up to him, that it is your dream that can change the world. It is you as an individual. Every individual here now listening to this song, you have the opportunity, to change the world.
Absolutely,
It can
absolutely.
definitely be a better place for our children, our children's children, and their children. It all begins. It has to begin with that dream. In
Yeah,
in my in my opinion, my truth.
I
Yeah.
couldn't agree with you more. I
Yeah.
couldn't agree with you more. I am Absolutely, because that's the part that I think that, when we start to say these lyrics and we read them, for, I want to say almost literally what they're saying. Excuse me while I click on my mouse. But it's really trying to bring us back to also the common sense of it. And I say that in the sense that, they say, I watch the sun go down like every one of us. That's not weird. Everybody watches the sunset. I mean, maybe they don't stare right at the sun, but everybody enjoys a sunset. I don't know, how many people don't enjoy a sunset. And so that's a very, like, really bringing us back to kind of a very common sense way of looking at it, like, folksy, if you will, and just kind of looking at it like, this is normal. This
Well,
isn't
not
weird.
only that, but for me, it's also, Bruce, that is saying, I watch the sun go down like every one of us.
Yes,
In
yes,
other words, that same sun that I am watching, someone else all the way across the world watches as well. And in that simple way, we are all connected.
yeah,
The
yeah.
same sun shines on us all.
And yeah,
The
that's
same sun, goes down
yeah,
and rises for all of us.
yeah, there's that, and that's actually, thank you for pointing that out, because that's kind of where I was going with that, was that it becomes the normalization
Hmm.
of what that is. And that's what I love about this, is it takes us back to,
We are
hey,
all one.
yeah, I breathed in and I breathed out today. Well, so did I. Hey, here, there we go. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just simply that simple, like, acknowledgement of that. I love that. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about that. And, it also, he's,
Then
go
he
ahead.
talks about the higher power.
Yes.
Your higher power may be God or Jesus Christ. It doesn't really matter much to me. Without each other's help, there ain't no hope for us. I'm living in a dream of fantasy. I love that because he does acknowledge the fact that it doesn't matter who you call your higher power. We can name a lot of names. There's,
Yep.
the Allah, the
Yep.
Buddha, the, source, the light. People call that, I call it love. I call it
Yeah.
intelligent love. It's
Yeah.
it's you know, it can be called whatever you resonate with the most to be able to acknowledge its existence,
Yeah.
I think.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
for me, there is no name because it's you can't name it. It's
Yeah.
bigger than anything we could imagine.
And
That energy, that divinity within us all.
yeah, absolutely. And does it
Yeah.
really need a name for that reason? I mean,
Right,
it really
right,
doesn't,
right.
it doesn't seem to fit to me, but at the same time, yeah, I agree. That's the,
And I love the fact that he says it doesn't matter much to me what you call it,
yeah,
because we also go into that, oh, I don't, I don't believe in Buddha or whatever. I believe in God, and it's like, well, they're the same thing.
yeah,
It's acknowledging that higher power. And that's all it
absolutely.
says. Your
Absolutely.
higher power. It
Yeah. And
doesn't
it's,
matter much to me,
no, and it's a beautiful
because we
way.
need one another.
Yes, we do.
So, yeah, he's just going back to that acknowledgement that we are all one. That
Yes,
energy is connected all throughout this planet, one to
absolutely.
another. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
By that higher power, whatever you prefer to call it, if you wish to
Yeah,
call it.
yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. And
Yeah.
I like that about that, because they make sure that, it is without each other's help. That's the key there. I think that's the part that really sticks out to me, is without
Mhm.
each other's help, without looking at each other and going, hey, how are you? And having that,
Exactly.
and that,
Exactly.
having that understanding, or that feeling of kindness, is just simply free.
Mhm.
Because that is that beautiful moment that we can all recognize as also Ozzy Osbourne's beautiful and poetic way of saying namaste. And,
Oh, yeah.
because
So true.
that's really what
It
he's saying
truly is.
throughout the
Yeah.
entire paragraph, if you will, or through those words. It's like he's just simply saying namaste. And,
Mhm.
it is, well, I think, before that kind of a concept really became such a
Right.
dominating focal point of, certain philosophies. So
Right.
I think
Right.
that's a
And
beautiful, beautiful thing.
namaste, the God within me recognizes the God within you.
Yeah.
It's simply that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
am. And then it says, I'm living in a dream of fantasy. In other words, he is dreaming that namaste will be, within all of us.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And right now it's a fantasy because we're not quite there yet.
No.
And
Yeah.
he's calling on everyone's help
Yeah.
without each other's help.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. If only we could all just find serenity.
Yeah.
It would be nice if we could live as one.
Yes.
When will all this anger, hate, and bigotry be gone?
And again, I think it's fair for someone
Mhm.
who is writing such poetic words to have a moment when they just direct a little bit of a focus on a very specific kind of idea. And I think that's once again happening here in the sense that you know, when will all this anger, hate, and bigotry be gone? I find it interesting that he included the words as they are,
Mhm.
in that line. And because, in all the songs that we do, I feel like I could say that words are wands, and I quote Donna by saying that. But I say that with pride and also with the knowledge that it is true. And in these cases, this is definitely, I got a little ahead of the rest of the lyrics. I apologize. However, I think this is a very pointed portion of this part of the lyrics. They seem to be very on display.
Oh, I agree. I agree. And I mean, Bruce, I believe we've been singing this song for such a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember as a young teenager, Abraham Martin and John, that song about, bigotry and hate and anger and we talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And I believe this song, I think what Ozzy is saying, once again is it's time.
Yeah.
It's time without each other's help. There's
Yeah.
no hope for us all. When
Yeah.
are we going to live as one?
Yeah.
It's, he's asking.
Yeah.
And I know that it is a beautiful life, and we all have choices. And I'm still finding my serenity, and I love being on that journey. And I'm so happy that Ozzy took the opportunity as a prominent figure to be able to speak these words, like you
Yeah.
said, in
Yeah.
such a definitive way.
Yeah.
When will all this anger, hate, and bigotry be gone?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But for now, I'm just a dreamer. I dream my life away today. I'm just a dreamer who dreams of better days. I'm just a dreamer who's searching for the way today. I'm just a dreamer dreaming my life away.
I love that.
I'm
I
I'm
absolutely
so
love that.
happy he used the word today
I am
because it
too.
makes
Yeah.
it here now. Like each and every one of you listening to this song, this is today for you. You are
Yes.
listening today.
Yes, and we
So,
are all looking for the one part I love here, who is searching for the way today. I love
yeah,
that that's a part of it too, because
yeah,
that's something we're all looking for. You know, everybody, every moment you're alive is looking for the way today. And I agree, like
correct.
today, it's the way he puts today reminds me of when you look at certain paintings in an art gallery and you look at the painting and you feel like it's staring you back right in the eyes. And
Mm.
I think that's intentional because I
Mm-hmm.
think that artists wanted people to feel like they were experiencing that moment, that day, today, just like we're saying
In
today, you know.
real time.
Yes, so that's the
That's the
intent. Yeah.
beauty about this song is
Yeah.
you don't become a dreamer anymore. It
No,
becomes reality
it becomes you.
in real time. I
Yeah,
love that. And
I do too.
I heard recently that yesterday is a memory. It's gone. It's a memory.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is a possibility.
Yes.
There is only now. There is only today,
That's
this
beautiful.
moment.
Yeah.
And when you learn to live in the moment, that's when the serenity comes and the dreams become reality. I love it,
That's
love it, love it.
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know about you, Bruce, and all of you out there listening, but I love dreaming my life away.
I do too. I'm gonna say that I think that I hope more people listen to this song in particular during this time that we've just put this out here and the songs that we do in tribute to Ozzy Osbourne simply because I will say that I had no idea that this is where the lyrics were gonna go.
Yeah, me
Absolutely no
too.
idea.
Me
I
too.
am
Yeah.
just completely astonished at finding these moments in the song because I feel like it is really speaking it very clearly. There isn't a whole lot of trying to cover it up or a lot of like, oh, you could, you know, kind of interpret it that way. I no, I don't think that at all. I think this is extremely clear. And I think that is
It
very
is.
interesting to think about the image of this rock star,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the in comparison to that. And so I really hope
Hmm.
that the people that hear these songs think about that too, because you know, finding this today and finding the other things, and I just said that word, finding this today, it is so incredibly,
Today.
incredibly, yes, incredibly, incredibly important
In
today.
this
Yeah,
moment,
yeah,
here, now.
absolutely.
I mean, I kind of feel Ozzy Osbourne all around us right now, Bruce. He's
I
probably going, "Yay! Someone's understanding my lyrics. Someone's getting them out there." I love it. I love
I
it.
do too.
Thank you
I do
all
too.
so much for this beautiful, wonderful opportunity to be able to share um, the wisdom in lyrics with you all. And I'm so happy that we were able to make this little tribute to Ozzy Osbourne and his music. And I know he changed the world in his own way. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? He
yeah,
really did.
you really did.
Thank you for being a dreamer and for your presence here on this earth. Um, yeah, we we appreciate you, Ozzy,
We do.
and these beautiful lyrics. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here with us today on
Lyrical wisdom.